Hello everyone, my name is Chuckles the Clown, and this is my NASCAR Roval 400 post-race review. Gonna make it real quick. Blaney advances, which is my main takeaway. Blaney struggled in advances, and he was the only Ford to advance until the 48 got caught cheating on weight. So the 48 was too light in post-race inspection and had his position taken away, removed, and now the 22 has advanced. So Bowman is the first Hendrick car out, but I'm going to say it, that isn't necessarily on Bowman. You can't blame him for being the first one out, and he shouldn't be penalized by the team for being the first one out. So Joey's even year streak has a chance to survive now. There were a lot of there were a lot of issues in the exit of the Roval turn 7, I believe it is. It was just a problem spot all day, but nowhere near as bad as yesterday was. Kyle Larson picks up the win. Oh well. This next round is going to be really interesting, because you do still have all three, or you have 3 Hendricks cars in. You have, I believe you have Denny and Bell still in. And maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't been watching enough NASCAR videos. But I still think, I've been looking at comments online, and I have like a up something. Not enough people are talking about Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell is going to win the championship this year if Blaney doesn't do it. Now, I'm not a huge C-Bell fan. I don't hate him. But I'm not like a C-Bell lover. But he is an excellent driver, and that is how he's made the Final Four the past 2 years. Sorry, that's my stereo remote. I listen to some music. Also, you like the new setup lighting over here? I feel like it gives me a better lighting, you know? It's not bouncing off of 2 walls at me. And more hats. Thinking about putting some here, but it might have struck the TV view. Anyways. Yeah. I want to talk about yesterday. Why did it take NASCAR so long to throw that yellow? I was going to make this a separate video, and I'm like, I'll just wait till my post-race tomorrow. Because Parker Kligerman should have got his first career win. That is a big moment for him. That could, if he wants to go and do something else, he now has this win and this funding under his belt. He isn't a bad driver, and it really felt like NASCAR penalized him. NASCAR looked at the footage, and they had to say, oh, it's when the button was pressed. At least according to NASCAR radio, which I was listening to, because I was on my way home from Mass when all this happened. So I didn't see a lot of the race. I saw, first, a car shouldn't be able to get that buried underneath the tires. And it sort of looked like his, let me grab an Xfinity series car. Okay. It sort of looked like up here just busted and then collapsed down to where it just created a super long ramp for it to go up. And that is kind of ridiculous. It shouldn't be that easy to bury a car. He shouldn't be getting out in the actual tires. So yeah, they need to look into that to update on the Roval next year. And honestly, I see a lot of Roval haters out there. I don't hate the Roval. It has become classic. The Roval 400 is fun. You want to make the Coke 600 special, other than the distance? You know what makes it special? That it's the only oval race there in the top series of NASCAR. You don't race there twice plus a preseason race or a qualifying race. You have the one race on the oval. It is the same thing that IndyCar does with the IMS. I think that's NASCAR sees that, and that's what they're trying to do with Charlotte. Charlotte is a good track. Charlotte recently is getting a lot more popular. At least I feel like. I don't have stats to prove it, but the Coke 600 seems to be like a bigger and bigger event every single year, to where it just feels like a bigger event than some super speedway races feel like now. Heck, then I'd say even both Talladega races. This year watching it felt like a bigger event than the Talladega races, which it is. It is a crown jewel event. What is going on here? It is a crown jewel event, and it should be treated like it. But NASCAR fans don't treat it near as good as super speedways in the past. The Atlanta races, I feel like at least the fall one, definitely, the Coke 600 is a lot more hyped up. The spring one, you might have some arguments there with it coming off the Daytona 500, but still, I think it's a really interesting choice. Yeah, NASCAR needs to throw that caution earlier. Somehow I got talking about the schedule. Oh yeah, it's because Roval deserves to be on the schedule. If you want a second date in Charlotte, have it on the Roval. I don't necessarily like having two road courses in the playoffs, because that does not really reflect the schedule, especially when you don't have a long speedway in there, or really a long flat track like Pocono, like Indy. But I don't want Indy to be a playoff race. Pocono, I'm okay with it being a playoff race if you start going back there 2 times a year, but I don't want to go there in the spring. It just doesn't feel right. Early summer, maybe late summer, feels okay. Also, you shouldn't go to Pocono and Indy back to back. Maybe Michigan. Give Michigan a playoff spot. I feel like Michigan's pretty flat and pretty long. Yeah, I don't know. If you want to move it, if you want a road course, if you want a Charlotte date in the playoffs, it should be a road course. But I don't necessarily want 2 road courses in the playoffs, especially when it's only a 10-race playoff format. Because right now, 2 of the races are super speedways. Out of 6 super speedway races, 2 of, I think, 6 road course races are also in the playoffs. So that's 4 races on tracks you only visit 8 times in total before you get there, and they're completely different tracks, so they shouldn't be grouped together anyways. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to end this because I have a diecast open before I go to sleep, because it's already 12:15. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts if anyone actually watched this. Championship run for the 12 still live, and for the 22. Only 2 Fords left. 2 Fords, 2 Toyotas, I believe. Yeah. Because I think Reddick was eliminated. Or it might be 3 Toyotas. Anyways, peace.